SEO is the new fax machine. So the more that people start using large language models and break away from the search, the less and less relevant SEO is going to be. Because at the moment, there's nothing that I'm aware of that's tying website ranking to, the fact there's large language models have scraped everything. So if it's...
Well, just to add in there, because I just want to ask you this question because you're talking about it. When I ask ChatGPT something like, how do I use concept X, I ask it to use a search, and it is using search. I can see it searching through websites and returns results. I do wonder how it's getting those rankings. Like, what search engine is it using? I presume it's using Bing because they have such a close partnership with Microsoft. So I presume the backend is Bing. It's still going out in the web, but still searching for results. There must be some ranking as determining, okay, when I ask this question and it's getting the context from these 3 sites, how did it choose that? I think there must still be some sort of SEO going. Is it just going by Bing's top results? Is it really just doing the same thing?
It could be, but then it depends. Like, I would think if you look at the large language model, we think it's scraped everything that's accessible.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's made its own sort of links there. So if you're asking a question and it's falling back on that, it's going to pull something that's could be thousands deep in search results, but it's pulling that out. Now you ask it to search on that, it's going to be specifically searching on that specific item, which may bring back more relevant searches for that. So definitely search is tied in, but I wonder, if it's not surfacing things that wouldn't have been there originally and generating these sort of new search queries based on those. So it'll be interesting to see, but
it goes into, if you want to check out our last podcast about the AI arms race, it kind of touches upon some of that, where who are the new kind of gatekeepers, and like you said, how deep that information goes. What are they using to curate that information? Can we trust that information? Is it a hallucination? Is it an actual citation? That's where we have to understand that gap, where it's coming from, who's the gatekeeper, and whoever is that gatekeeper now, what is their intent? Thank goodness there are multiple competitors now in this space, and you're seeing differences in, you see everything from the pricing differences to, how the information is brought up. And there's known biases. It was actually on X where they showed which AIs have been taught to be, whether you're political or not, to be more woke, less woke, to have like DEI, to whatever controversial topic there is, to be more biased towards those things, and to present it as, this is okay, versus something that maybe is more objective, that isn't that way. So it's interesting to see how that is going to play out.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, people, when they ask questions, generally want to get the answer that they want to hear back. And if they ask one AI model that question, they get an answer that they want back. They ask another one, and it does give them the answer back that they want to hear, just sort of confirming their bias. They'll just go with that. And you're going to have, without question, I think, political leaning models, just because that's user behavior, and users will gravitate to something that they feel mirrors their own beliefs more than something else. Just human nature, I guess. So without question, I can see it going that way.
When it changes from SEO to really become AIO, AI optimization, what is that? I remember we had the black hat and white hat techniques. For SEO, where, what are the black hat techniques going to be for AIO? Because if you're releasing a lot of false information, is that just being scraped up and taken into the mix? Can you start making your content more prominent by sort of covering more points of view, or how are you going to get it to really group your content in a multitude of different sort of subject nodes in the model to try and get more hits that way?
So no more same color font as the background as you keyword load website. You'll just embed it into an image, a happy image. You'll embed all this, copy in there.